Something interesting you might want to try working on in your spare time is practicing little 5-1 improvisation ideas. Since there's only two tones, resolved and unresolved, it's essentially you have the 5 to the 1, right? There's your one chord. A good example is that song Jambalaya. It's two chords. It's you know that one? So anyway, it's just, and then it just repeats, and even when it goes to the chorus, it's still the same two chords. So, in light of that, to try to constantly play over the neck, improvising between the two chords, the best way for me, I found, is to keep the chord tones in mind and find them. So, like, if you're doing D to A, it's like. Now there's my 8th, third, my chord tone. Like. So I'm purposely staying within the, you know. And there's my D. So sometimes before I do that kind of improvisation, I'll actually outline. I'll say, okay, if I'm going to do D, I got, all right, and then I got A, or, but usually I'll kind of isolate. So in one area I got, and doing it in a Jamaican beat, actually, I find quite fun. Like if you go, and then just kind of, see, I'm staying right in D to A, and then back to a D. So I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I'm intentionally hunting around the neck and thinking in shapes, because you got D. And actually forcing myself to play that way taught me to improvise over the neck, sometimes even without thinking about it. But usually I try to keep the chord shapes in mind, because if you hit a chord tone, you know, like if you're switching from if you're in the D, see, I just made sure when I got to the A, I actually aimed for the third, the major third, you know. So hunting and deliberately using chord tones, real good improvisation, obviously, in jazz involves other things too, but that's really a good way to teach oneself how to stay in the key, you know, to follow the chords. Like in the song Wave, you know, it switches from D major 7th, you know, so it's constantly changing keys. So it's the same idea. Once you learn to follow them, it's really no different than following a blues pattern with 1-4-5, because after a while it's all the same. It's 1-6-2-5s and 2-5-1s. So anyway, this is just stuff I'm thinking about, I guess.